Okay, and this is a first assessment over standard 6, okay? We'll have 7 standards, okay? And that includes the one everybody takes on the final. Betsy, a recent retiree, and by the way, this is called tables and mixtures, okay? Betsy is a recent retiree that requires $60,000 of extra income each year. She has $50,000 to invest and can invest in B-rated bonds that pay 15% of, or certificates of deposit that pay 7%. How much money should she invest to get exactly $6,000 in extra income? Okay, so you got percent. So you're going to your table, but you don't want to go how many single total. That makes no sense in percents, okay? So I put the first percent I have is 7, and the other percent's 15. There's not another percent, so I'll just put total right there. And then for the side labels, you want percent, and here you put your unit. There's only one unit, and that's dollars, okay? Okay, so my percent's 0.07 and 0.15. Okay, and I don't really need that since there's not a third percent. Okay, now the money. Your highest money amount, kind of the whole money that you're going to put in, the high money amount is the $50,000. We want to put that right there. And that would be X and Y. Because I don't have a money amount that says 7% or 15%. Now, the $6,000 is the interest you earn out of that, okay? So that's $6,000. So I end up pretty easy, 0.07x and 0.15y. So it's a system. Need the cross. So my first is x plus y equals 50,000. And then my second is 0.07x plus 0.15y equals 6,000. Okay, so remember these have one coefficient, so we multiply these by 0.07 and these by 1. Okay, so that's going to be 0.07x plus 0.07y, and I need to find 7% of 50,000. 33,500. The bottom's just an identity because we're multiplying it by 1. Identity meaning it does not change. Okay, better make these all opposites because adding the opposites will cancel the x from the system. That's exactly what I want. And now I add 0.07 plus negative 0.15, and that's negative 0.08y. Then I take 3,500 plus negative 6,000, and that's negative 2,500. Okay, and then I divide. So negative 2,500 divided by negative 0.08. Okay, $31,250. So y equals $31,250 at 15%. Okay. Now to find your other answer, you can, if you know that that's 250, sorry, you can just subtract those, or you can use your top equation and use your system. This is the only problem I'm going to show this part on, okay? So take your y out, and you're going to replace it with 31,250. So that's a product of that and 1. Okay, so it's 31,250 plus 1x, and then minus, and that is going to be 18,750. So x equals $18,750, and that's money at 7%. Okay. All right, next one. coffee manufacturer wants to market a new blend of coffee by mixing cinnamon flavor, which sells for $2.75 per pound, with vanilla flavor that's going to sell for $5 per pound. The total weight of the new blend is 100 pounds, and it's going to cost altogether $390. How many pounds of each type of blend should be? So the answer is pounds, but they want the pounds of vanilla and the pounds of cinnamon. Okay, so that's going to be units, not percents. So cinnamon pounds, vanilla pounds, and then the money. Okay, so this will be the how many single total. Okay, so how many single total. Okay, and then put your total there, and then cinnamon and vanilla, and then the money unit, money single, money total. So how much does a single unit of cinnamon? It's $2.75. How about vanilla? That's 5. How many pounds of cinnamon? Well, the only how many you see is 100 pounds. And how many means not the money amount, but the unit. 100 pounds, but that's not for either one. It doesn't say more, so that can be my total. That's X and Y. We don't need that. Okay, now the total money amount's $390. We know that. And then I multiply. It's 2.75x, and that's 5y. Okay, so I have x plus y equals 100, and I have 2.75x plus 5y equals 390. Okay, so I multiply by 2.75. Then I multiply by 1. So I have 2.75x plus 2.75y, and that's $275. And then the bottom just remains the identity, meaning it's same as it was. Okay, now let's add, but we got to make these into opposites. The x's cancel. So I add those, and that's negative 2.25y. And I add those, and that's negative 115. Okay, so now I can divide. Okay, I got 51. Okay. Okay, so Y is vanilla, so 51. And then the pounds of cinnamon, you can just, again, if you know that's 51, 100 minus 51, it'd give you 49 here. Okay, pretty, not too bad. Okay, next one. I am selling cashews for $7 per pound and almonds for $4 per pound. At the end of each month, the cashews are not sold very well, and I have 60 pounds remaining. I'm going to mix cashews with the almonds and sell the mixture for $6 per pound. How many pounds of almonds should I mix to ensure no change in revenue? Okay, so I just have one answer, and it's pounds of almonds. Okay, but there's also the pounds of cashews mixed in with it. Okay, so pounds of almonds, pounds of cashews. And then money's important too. So that's 3 units. So total. How many? Single. I want to put money on top of each one. And A and C. Okay. So, money. How much does an almond cost? Okay, they're $4. Out of here. How much does a cashew cost? $7. Now let's talk about how many pounds. So 60 pounds, but you got to read the problem. It said that cashews had not sold well, and I have 60 pounds of cashews remaining. So there are 60 cashews, and I don't know the almonds. Okay. Okay, now I cross out 7. Now the only other thing I see is $6 per pound, but that's a cost for a single, and that's when they're together. Okay, so I put that in there. And then this can be X. Okay. So you're like, well, 4X and 420, and you're like, well, I don't know what to multiply by 6. I know I got to multiply something here by 6. Well, you look over here, and you got to think, okay, I had X pounds of almonds and 60 pounds of cashews, so I added them together. No, it's not 60X. It's X plus 60. Okay, and then I can use my 6X plus 360. And I want to know when selling them separate equals selling them together. So 4X plus 420 equals 6X plus 360. Okay, so I subtract 4X from each side. So 420 equals 2X plus 360. Then I minus 360. So 60 equals 2X, and I divide by 2, and that's 30. So 30 pounds of almonds were mixed with 60 pounds of cashews, and that's how many you need to mix in. Okay, the last bugger. Farmer needs 24 gallons of milk. That's 20% butter fat. So I know it's going to be a percent table. If the farmer has a combination of two milks, one that's 24% butter fat and one that's 18% butter fat, how many gallons of each type of the milk does he need? Okay. Okay, so let's talk about this. What's the lowest? You got 3%. The lowest is mixed with the highest to form a mix that's in between. Okay, and again, gallons, percent, and I don't put a label on that. I kind of just let that work itself out with these percents. So I got 0.18, 0.24, and this one I have a percent, so 0.20. Okay, the only gallons I see is 24, and that's 20%, so 24. And then these are unknown, so it must be X mixed with Y. So 18% of X, 24% of Y is going to equal 4.8 butter fat, 4.8 butter fat gallons. So I know that X plus Y equals 24, and I also know that 18% of X plus 24% of Y equals 4.8. Okay, so I put ones here, and I'll multiply these all by 0.18, and these by 1. Okay, so that gives me 0.18X plus 0.18Y, and then I take 24 times 0.18. That's 4.32. Okay, and the bottom remains the same. It's the identity property. All these become negative, and these cancel. Okay, so 0.18 plus negative 0.24 is negative 0.06 Y. Okay, and then 4.32 plus negative 4.8, and that's going to be negative 0.48. And then I divide. Okay, so I got 8. Now you got to label that correctly. Y is 8 gallons at 24%. And then X, well, if Y is 8, I'm pretty sure 24 minus 8 is 16. Okay. So X is 16 gallons at 18%. Okay, that's a wrap, Jack, and that one you got to be ready for. You got to really read the problem, and especially with this one here, okay? Because you had 3 amounts that were per pound, so that's going to go here.